Hey guys, this is Dante.
And I'm Matt Harmon.
You guys are tuned in to Bus Call, a podcast about two guys touring. Not so much right now, obviously. This is a quarantine edition, part one.
Oh, we're stuck at home. I'm in Orlando, and you are in Nolens, as you like to say.
No one says that. I don't say that. No one says that except for dumb people who don't know anything.
You say that, but okay, we'll just move on.
I might say that ironically twice a year, but no, that's
No,
not a thing that I say.
no, I've never even heard you say New Orleans. Only Nolens.
Nolans is gross. NOLA is better for text, like to abbreviate. But do I say NOLA out loud? No, not usually.
No,
Sorry. No. Is there a cool
I
Orlando thing or a Cincinnati thing?
no, not really.
Cincy?
Cincy,
Cincy?
Cincy. People
Yeah.
say that. I don't say that, but yeah, people say that.
Yeah.
Cincy. Not so much Orlando. It just kind of it just O-Town, I guess. People have said O-Town.
People say O Town?
Well, there's that boy band from here called O-Town, or they were started here. I think there was like a TV show or something involved.
What
I'm not
era was O Town the boy band?
like 99, 2000, I want to say.
In,
Like whenever boy bands were super
in the
big.
big boom, the boy band wave.
Yeah, the big
Yeah.
the big boy band wave of the late 90s, early 2000s.
I'm gonna have to listen to that because part of me kind of has, I wouldn't say obsession, but a cringe session. Cringe obsession. I like a lot of cringe
And
stuff.
I don't know how the song goes, but I
Yeah.
want to say their big hit is called Liquid Dreams, which
Oh,
pretty impressive and also kind of creepy that a group marketing to like tween girls put out a song called Liquid Dreams.
I'll do you one better.
Okay,
There
of
was
course, go
there
ahead.
was a band, and I like really got into a YouTube hole for this. There's a band called B4 for the number four before number four. They're Canadian. It was three dudes, and just the worst version of like puka shell necklace and the frosted tips, and they looked ridiculously ridiculous. And they have a song called "Get Down on You" or something. And the chorus, no joke, was "If you get down on me, I'll get down on you. I'll do anything that you want me to." It doesn't matter, but get down, get that innuendo. The worst part was that there was a part of the song that goes, no joke, "Gonna make you come tonight," and then a pause, and then the other guy jumps in, "Over to my house."
I didn't know you're
I'm not
such an
making that up.
expert on Canadian boy bands, but I mean, hey, that's cool, dude. That's good for you.
And then that's one of the things I wrote down as a talking point is I get into fucking YouTube holes like nobody's business, and
I thought you were gonna say boy bands.
I get into boy band holes. Yeah,
Yeah, that didn't sound
yeah, it's
correct, but
fine.
hey, man, I
Whatever.
don't judge. I don't judge.
Make you come tonight over to my house. Yeah,
There you go.
maybe when we get the Instagram going, I'll put a thing for that
Put
because
up
it's
a
real.
video.
People
The
need to
video,
hear it.
the actual video, or you just singing it?
Maybe both.
I,
Probably
I
that.
believe it. I believe it's real. Maybe you do like a karaoke video.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe that'll
That's
be a Patreon whenever we do that. Whenever we convince people to pay for this, let alone listen
yeah,
to it, but pay for it.
yeah. I mean, right now everyone's asking for money, so I don't want to ask for money. But if you want this to be higher quality, give us some
I
money so
wouldn't
we can buy some
say
nicer stuff.
I wouldn't say higher quality. I'd say just more. You already don't know if you want it, but how about even
No.
more of it? Yeah.
Yeah. You do. You do. But
Hmm.
what I want to ask you about first, because
Okay.
I was watching your Instagram story.
I think I know what's coming. Here it is. All right,
How'd your White Claw challenge go?
man. All right.
And wait,
This,
set up. What were the rules? Like, you gotta say what the
okay.
rules were before you
Okay.
talk about it.
So, yeah. So I posted. I don't know what day it was. It was a very haphazard like thing I just came up with. I was hanging out with a girl, and I was just talking to her, and I was like, I'm gonna do a thing called the White Claw challenge that I just made up just now. You drink
Were
a
you
White
trying to impress this girl? Is this like
No,
your move to impress her?
I don't think anyone is impressed by this. I think it's a
No.
terrible, stupid thing that no one should do. Okay, little backstory. There's a bar here in New Orleans called Miss Mays. Miss Mays is open, not now, obviously, because of the quarantine, but they're open 24/7. If you ever come down to spend time here, we're going there and we're gonna die because you just love it. It's 24/7. It's cash only. The drinks are stupid cheap. I think a well whiskey or well drink is, I want to say $3 or $4, and then a double is an extra $1.
Yeah, so why would you not get the double
Exactly.
at those prices?
Right. So Miss Mays has a thing. They don't really brag about it, but they do it. It's a Miss Mays challenge. This has been going on forever, from what I understand. I don't know anyone who's done it, but you go in there and have a drink every hour for 24 hours, and you get a T-shirt saying that you survived the challenge. So yeah, I'm just fucking hanging out, and I'm like, this fucking quarantine sucks, and like I hate this, and like this, I want to do something. I want to make it funny. I want people to fucking laugh, even if they're laughing at me. Like whatever, this will be cool. And so I'm like, I'm gonna drink a White Claw every hour for 24 hours. And I just go online. I go on Instagram, make a video, me cracking a White Claw, and then I do that every hour. And at first I was like, 9 a.m. Fucking 9 a.m. Let's go. I'm like, fuck, that sucks. I don't want to wake
You're
up
supposed
early.
to do that for 24 hours?
24 hours. Yeah. So I was like 9 a.m. Then I'm like, all right, no, I don't want to do that. That sounds terrible. So I kind of like made another story saying like, all right, I'm going to start at noon. I also, I don't know if you're aware, but there's another variety pack out now with 4 new flavors. And I didn't know. I posted my like proposed schedule of 12 p.m. watermelon, 1 p.m. black cherry, 2 p.m. raspberry, 3 p.m. tangerine, 4 lemon, 5 lime, 6 mango, 7 grapefruit. That's all the flavors. You do that 3 times. That's 24 White Claws. There's 12 White Claws in case. You get a original 12 pack, and you get the brand new variety 12 pack.
Your math skills are more impressive than I thought they would be.
Well, when it's involving White Claw, obviously.
Then yeah, it's easy. It's understandable. Okay, all right.
Of course, and it makes perfect sense for me. So, and also, fuck you. I fucking sell merch and handle way more money than you've ever had in your life. So I don't want to talk. Whatever.
Wow, what a way to like personally attack me.
Yeah,
I feel like that was unfair. All right. Anyways, finish your fucking story. So did you make 24 hours?
Okay, no, I couldn't find the other variety White Claw pack with the good flavors like watermelon and tangerine. That sucked. That was number 1. And I fucking started at noon, and I like drank water in between every one of them. My average like White Claw time was about 30 to 40 minutes, and that's like me taking my time, kind of relaxing with it.
Yeah, you mean you got an hour?
Yeah. I was kind of worried, like, because I don't really drink as fast as other people. Like, I got buddies will be drinking, and I'll be having a White Claw or a beer, or I don't drink beer anymore, but having a drink, and they like pound 2, and the time it takes me to take 1 down. And
my average is 3 per the normal person's 1.
Yeah, well, you are
skilled.
Skilled, yeah, that's what.
Yeah, we're going with skilled. I like that. That's way better than the truth.
Yeah. Anyway, so I was worried that I was gonna be like rushing to finish them, and then like I'd get stuck like having to slam one and then immediately start another one. That wasn't the problem. Actually, what I found is that like I would finish one and I'd be like, all right, and I'm in my mind, as you do, you're like, I'm ready to crack another one. Just finish one, like crack another one, but you can't. You have to wait 30, 40 minutes to for your next one.
That's where it would be tough for me.
Yeah, it's a waiting game. I made it to 10 p.m. So that's 11 White Claws because I started at noon. Finished that one, and the sun's down, obviously, and I'm kind of like, I kept saying, and there was a lot of people writing me back, like, some people were like, fuck yeah, dude, I believe in you, this is awesome. Other people were like, this is so stupid, why are you fucking doing this?
I think I was one of those people. I think I was one of those people.
You were definitely one. Yeah.
Well, I'm
was
not going to be a
just
supporter. That's for sure.
yeah, yeah. I mean, well, of course.
Yeah, I'll do you one better. I'll do like a challenge where I'll do 24 beers in 12 hours.
Okay, but like it's I'm basing it off of the bar that I was talking about, like doing it.
Well,
Um,
you can be creative and be your own person. Like you don't have to do what this bar tells you to do.
Whatever, dude. It's just the idea of drinking 24 hours, 24 White Claws, 24 hours. So
I mean, I like how you're trying to get creative in these tough times. So,
yeah. Well,
I
anyway,
support that.
long story short, I get to 10 o'clock and like, I'm fucking sitting outside and I'm just like, I'm drunk for sure. I'm not sober. I'm not blackout or anything, but I get this fucking pain in the back of my skull where like my spine meets my skull and shit, and like that didn't feel good. And I'm like, fuck, that sucks. And I'm like, thinking like, fuck, man, like I'm halfway there. The idea of doing all that again throughout the night. Also, I'm tired too, and like, I don't know. That was the killer. That was the thing that made me stop. Was like, and also I kind of had like this realization of like how fucked up the world is right now, and like how much of a bummer it is. And when the sun was up and it was a beautiful day, I was like, fuck yeah, White Claw challenge. People are laughing, and this is great. This is exactly what I wanted. And then I hit a wall, and I'm like, I don't want to do this. This is
Yeah.
stupid. I think I could do it, and maybe I'll try again. But I want to do it under different circumstances. I also don't want to be alone. I don't want to
Yeah, I can
fucking
see how that'd be kind of the bummer. I feel like it'd be a
such a
lot easier if it's like you and a team of people, you
Mhm.
know,
Or
going at
like
it.
at a bar or whatever, like some type of social thing where you're not like alone in this, and you're just like, fuck.
I'd say do it with you, but then I'd have to actually buy the White Claws. If you Venmo me money for the White Claws, I'll do this with you.
See, Harmon, I thought about that. I'm just gonna put them on the rider. Less than Jake will pay for them.
Yeah, yeah. So in 2021, when we go back on tour
Oh,
again,
go back on tour, and God, Jesus, fuck, dude! I swear to God, if that happens, oh, it's gonna be dark days. No, this shit's gonna.
I'm preparing for the worst and keeping a positive like mindset, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, for sure. No,
You know,
you gotta kind of aim low with things. I mean, I don't fucking expect, not to get too political, but our president's a fucking idiot piece of shit, and I don't expect him or his administration to handle this well at all, and I don't think they have. But anyway,
no,
out of it.
no. Even real quick, and I'll just add this in there. Even like my parents, who are Trump supporters, seem like they're starting to get sick of that guy. But we won't get too more
No,
political on that. But
and the last thing I'll say is that is the only good thing coming out of this, is making that fucking idiot look like an idiot. And I don't know.
it finally took so much. But
Something real, something with this type of magnitude to be like, oh fuck, you can't just have like some dancing monkey in that chair. You need like a fucking actual smart person who understands.
maybe someone who knows how to do the job.
Science, logic.
Crazy thoughts.
Yeah.
But anyway, we won't get too much on politics because that's already a bummer, and we want to be more entertaining. But so you talked about how doing this challenge by yourself would have been more fun if there's somebody else there. Have you done any socializing from like a distance or anything like that, or you just kind of like been by yourself? Or I know you have roommates now, so are you like hanging out with the roommates or?
So I was to be completely honest, and I'm sure you'll give me some shit about this. Yeah, I still do have an apartment. I still do have roommates. I've retreated back to my dad's house simply because I don't have shit going on. My dad has a bunch of little fucking projects here that I'm helping him work on and shit. Free food. My dad is an excellent cook. I love food. Love eating. I'm unemployed.
Wait, so I talked to you like a week ago, and you were in the same place that I'm seeing you in right now. And
Yes.
you said that you weren't at home, but you were in fact at home.
I don't know if I specifically said I wasn't at home or if that was implied, but yeah, I'm in the room I grew up in at my dad's house right now.
Hey man, dude, I get it.
Well,
Like
maybe I think if a lot of people were in the some of my friends from here have like kind of retreated back to their parents just to like whatever help out and the nest.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, no, it's
Um,
definitely definitely rough and weird times. I think I've actually talked to my family members more in the past
Oh,
like
yeah.
week than in the past like 6 months to a year, probably.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
talk to my mom almost every day right now because I haven't even seen her. She lives uptown. My dad's in the suburbs. I'm in mid city. It doesn't matter. You don't know the geography of New Orleans, nor does
it's
probably
as
most
far
people.
as I know, it's like one street. That's
It's
about as
definitely
much as
not
I.
one street.
Yeah,
Uh,
no, I've been there. I've been
I know.
there a couple times.
Um, yeah, socializing, not really. I mean,
Have you done
um,
any of the digital hangouts they call them?
not necessarily. I've been watching a few people's live
Like live streams?
sessions and shit. Yeah,
Like
Pears did one
you see
the
the
other day.
AF Records one?
No, I didn't.
That one's pretty good. I watched that. That was good. I didn't know Paris did one, but that's cool.
Pears kind of did one. The drummer Jarrett is in Philadelphia. Um, Zach, the lead singer, lives with his grandma, and she's fucking old and has been smoking for her whole life. So he's kind of
God bless
bunkering.
her.
Yeah, she's a saint. Mima is her name, and
Emo.
Mima. Yeah, that's what he called. That's what everyone calls her. I call her Mima. Um,
That's pretty cool.
so yeah,
No,
she's everyone's Mima.
I've seen well most of a good chunk of my friends here in Orlando live in the same neighborhood. So I've
Mm-hmm.
like actually kind of seen them. Like yesterday, I was out on my porch. My friend BJ and his girl Stacy were riding by on their bikes. They stopped by for a little bit. Earlier today, I stopped by my friend Adams and had some mimosas. But we're all keeping our distance, washing our hands, not touching our face, trying to be as safe as possible. But I mean, like the digital hangout can be pretty cool. Like I think it was Friday night. I was in a group video chat with my best friend and his wife that live in Seattle, and my girlfriend that lives in Montreal. And it
Mm-hmm.
was fun. Like, we're all kind of hanging out, drinking, and yeah, we can't all be together, but it's kind of like the best you can do in this situation. And it made me feel like I did something with my Friday night. And I didn't just stay at home and just sit around. So I
Right.
think, right now you got to kind of make the best of this really, really, really shitty situation.
And weird. It's gonna get weird.
It's
It's like,
it's already super weird. Are people like staying inside New Orleans? Because people are like, there's no place for them to go, but all the parks are like packed. Like Lake Ivanhoe, which is a little bit away from where I live. Like my friend went there for a walk yesterday, and he said there's people there with like beach chairs. And they all got like backpacks and little cups. So everyone's just drinking in the parks.
yeah. Well, that's fuck, man. Like Florida's similar, but New Orleans is a pretty rough climate for the hotter, seasons. Right now it's beautiful out. It's fucking super nice, and that's such a shame. We have a big festival here, called Jazz Fest, and that's last week of May or last weekend of April, first weekend of May. That's fucking done, obviously. And so it is. Yeah, there are a lot of people outside doing outside things, and as long as you do that from a distance. But I feel like everyone is in like this weird call out mode of like, if you're like, if you post too much online of being outside of your house, or if you post with like other people, it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you can't do that. And it's like, I get that, but you don't know the circumstances. Maybe you live with them, maybe fucking, I don't know. I don't know. My dad's going to work right now. My dad's a UPS driver, and he fucking, is going to
Oh,
work.
well, yeah, everyone's
Essential,
having things delivered.
Right. Yeah, that's essential. My best friend Mickey, who I grew up with, his parents lives next door to mine. He works at Petco right now, and he's fucking that's apparently essential too. Obviously, like pets and shit. He's having to go to work. I mean, it's fucking, it's just nuts, man. I don't think we
Well,
need to harp
I'm
on
now
that too much.
100% out of work.
Tell
I
me
know the
about
last
that.
I know
That's
the
one of
last time we talked.
that's one of the things I wrote down. Like, uh, I mean, how did that come about? Like, was your employer
We
just
got
kind of like,
it was a stay-at-home order for Orange County, the county I live in here in Orlando.
yeah,
So because of stay-at-home order, it's all non-essential businesses. So since we're a smoke shop and we're technically just retail, like we
hmm
could try to stay open and say like, oh well, we sell CBD, and since CBD is qualified as medicine, that allows us to stay open. But like, me and the boss, like my boss at the smoke shop is like one of my best friends. And like, my roommate also works at the smoke shop and the hookah lounge. It's all kind of like one family. And we all kind of talked about it. And we're like, well, if there's a stay-at-home order, no one's even going to think that we're going to be open to sell CBD. So it's kind of not worth us being open,
Yeah.
So it just sucks right now because there's just no way around it. We're stuck here. Like we can't open. And so, that's a lot of money not coming in. And it's a family-owned business, so it's like, there's one family that depends on it, and then everybody else that also depends on it. Because I have the Less Than Jake thing, but they're not on the road all year long, and you gotta you gotta have something for the months that we're not doing a whole lot of shit.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I've talked to you about it before. I was working at a bar, and that Saturday before shit got real. I don't remember the date, but there was like
It'll be the day. Notice the day shit got real. I want to say it was a Tuesday or a Wednesday. The day shit got real. The day they figured out an NBA player had coronavirus was the day shit got real.
Something like that. Yeah. I mean, I worked that Saturday, and we were like, all right, we're only doing to-go drinks, because here in New Orleans you drink outside. Only plasticware, no glassware. Like all these regulations, and we were fucking packed. Like there was, like I think the recommendation of that time was like no more than 250 people, and there was easily 300 people in the bar. It's a huge bar. There's an upstairs. They had a wedding thing. They had a wedding reception.
What would you compare it to? Like the busiest I've ever been in New Orleans is I was in New Orleans one year for New Year's Eve. And I don't know where your bar is, but on Bourbon Street, just like in the street was assholes to elbows. Like you couldn't even move anywhere.
No, so I work. The bar I work at is called Maison. It's on. Less Than Jake actually played there back in the day, and my band Joystick opened for him. That was crazy tidbit. But Frenchman is like. Frenchman's like. What'd you just know? For those, I don't know how we're gonna release this if it's video or what. But what'd you just know?
I mouth and no one cares.
Has fucking a band in the Midwest ever opened for Less Than Jake?
No, but that's because
for you open for fucking Chris to make solo. Okay, cool, dude. Yeah, whatever.
So, I mean, some would say the best guy in the band. Other people wouldn't. Depends on your opinion and who's signing the paychecks, I guess.
Yeah. So. Cool.
So anyway, yeah, you work at a bar. Is your bar near Bourbon Street, or where are you in like the New Orleans area?
Yeah, so it's the neighborhood next to the French Quarter called the Marigny.
Frenchman.
I've been there. Yeah, Frenchman's described as the local bourbon, which it used to be. Now it's not. It's just another tourist trap. But I mean, that's where you hear like real music and shit, and like jazz and funk and all that. Yeah.
Because I feel like with where you live and where I live, we have like what people think about it that aren't from there. And like what it really is, because it's like with you, everyone thinks like Nolans, Bourbon Street, and like with me, everybody thinks Orlando, Disney, Universal, and it's like the reality of our lives are like different from those fucking areas. Like it takes me at least 30-40 minutes to get out to Disney from like where I live in like downtown Orlando.
Okay, but I have this thing like back to the YouTube fucking black holes I get into. People are fucking obsessed with Disney parks and Universal and all that shit. Like, how have you met people in and around Orlando that are there solely because they want to be closer to Disney and that type of shit?
I don't think I've come across anyone that's like, I live here so I can go to Disney. But I do know people that are like diehard Disney fans, or now that Disney owns Star Wars, or diehard Star Wars fans, so they want to go to like the Star Wars area all the time. I mean, there's definitely people here that are all about it. I could give a fuck. Like, I've been to Disney like once or twice in like the 12 years I've lived in Orlando.
Yeah, I remember like Joystick would go out and play shows in Orlando every now and then, and like a lot of punk kids having like Disney tattoos or like Mickey Mouse tattoos and shit. Like, I don't know.
I think some people get it as just kind of like, like you want your hometown tattoo.
It's like everyone getting a flea here, tattoo on their neck saying 504 and a hurricane.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you see that a lot in Nolans, as you call it.
I don't call it that. Fuck, what was I gonna say? Orlando theme parks. Oh, you know what I was gonna say? Have you ever met anyone who did like the Disney apprenticeship thing? You ever heard of that?
I've heard of it. I think I have talked to some people who've done it. I don't really have any kind of follow up on anybody that's kind of went through it.
Yeah.
Like working in entertainment and production, I have had a lot of friends that have like Disney has so many live shows that go on during the day. So
Yeah.
all of those live shows need production. So I have had friends that have like done like audio or front of house for like some of the live shows or whatever. Like my friend used to do the Blues Brothers show at Universal. Like he was like the audio guy for that, which, you know, that goes on a couple times a day. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of work there. I know that Disney does some different things.
Talking about that, I thought it was so interesting, and I read a little bit more about it online. A buddy of mine, I went to high school with, he went on to do that, and they put you in a dorm and they pay you fucking minimum wage, and you're working at Disney, and it's supposed to be this great experience. He was a fucking janitor at Disney.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That was his job, and like whatever he gets housing.
Living here, you hear some things about Disney. Like I've heard that if any kind of crime happens at Disney, they take you off property. Like the police take you off property and they report it. So it's like there's never any crimes reported at Disney, but this like one intersection like right outside of Disney has a shitload of crimes reported at
so
it.
Much
like
crime.
I don't know that for a fact, but I've heard that from several different people that have worked for Disney, including some friends I've had that have worked security for Disney. And yeah, They say they take everything off property so nothing can ever be reported at Disney.
Fucking Mickey Mouse police, dude.
Dude,
I don't know.
They're gonna own the world. Like, start Star Wars, Marvel, Fox, like soon Disney's just gonna own everything.
Yeah, or Amazon, but okay, yeah. Disney.
Well, everything I feel like is moving towards like content. It's like you subscribe to Disney Plus. Like even if you don't like Disney movies, be like Star Wars and Marvel, like you'll pay for Disney Plus so you can watch all those movies. Because soon all the other contracts from like Netflix and Hulu and Amazon are all gonna expire, and it's all gonna be on Disney. So I think everyone's just trying to buy up as much content as possible. Which makes sense. Cause that's what we're doing right now, creating content.
I don't really like saying creating content. I just think that we have a good back and forth, and
that's all right.
We find each other funny. Or we find us as a whole funny, and maybe other people will too.
You find each other's flaws very funny.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm a piece of shit, and you're poor. And
Dante, always been poor. Don't see it changing anytime soon. So, I'm pretty okay with who I am. Got some cool shit here in the Harmland, my place.
Harmland. Please don't call it the Harmland.
No, I am. I've decided that. Until I come up with a better name, it's going to be the Harmland.
Okay. Well, I know we talked about my big weekend with White Claw challenge failure. Also, just want to say real quick, by the time this comes out, I'll have all of my White Claw Instagram stories condensed into one of those highlights on my Instagram. So if anyone wants to check that out.
Oh, that'll be nice.
I think I did a good job pairing the right music for each one. The songs just gets weirder and weirder. You'll see. But anyway, so I had a big weekend. I know you had a big weekend too. I would love to hear about the first ever WrestleMania performed without a live audience.
Well, it's next weekend.
Oh, well, I'm a big fucking idiot.
Well, no. This is cool because I got some kind of cool info because it's like they're filming that. Like it's gonna air next weekend, right? But they're filming Yeah, it's already filmed because they didn't know if like the city of Orlando is going to shut it down, and that's kind of commonly known information that's already been filmed. But my friend Adam works at Full Sail where they tape NXT, and he told me, he's like, dude, there's been all these like crazy WWE production trucks all week, and I know they're trying to film WrestleMania at a couple different locations, do a couple different gimmick matches, and Full Sail has all these different movie sets and backlots and everything for their film program. So I know they've been filming using the backlots and some of the film sets, and I know that one of the matches broke a barricade. So it might be cool. We'll see. We'll see next weekend. Maybe I'll do like a special little video for a YouTube channel that's just me talking about how I feel about the 2 nights of WrestleMania, because I'm not expecting much, man. Like wrestling, like they've been doing wrestling without a crowd for the past couple weeks, And it's like, yeah, the matches can be good, but the emotion's just not there without a crowd. You know, it's
Yeah,
like the same thing as a couple years ago when there's um awful but I guess justified riots in Baltimore where they had to do the Baltimore Orioles game that was played without fans.
I didn't know about that.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude, it was like creepy just because it's silent. Like, like sports or like live events without people there, without a crowd reaction is just kind of weird. But I mean, I guess it's going to be kind of our reality for a while.
in this weird utopian, dystopian, fucking shitty time.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting because you have all these different live stream things that are going on, and people whether they're trying to raise money or just trying to make people entertained. I think it's a good thing to try to do as much as we can with the limited resources we have. This past Thursday, my band did a live stream acoustic thing from this venue here. It's technically in Sanford, Florida, which is a little bit north of Orlando. And it ended up being a whole lot of fun because we had our thing that we were doing. There was like a live chat, and we even had a break where we took questions and everything. And the people that watched it seemed to enjoy it. I had fun doing it, not at first, but
How many people would you say watched it?
I was told there was no less than 70 people watching it at any time, which for a small punk band from Orlando that's doing something acoustic online, it's kind of like it's more than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah,
And even
no,
since then, I've talked to more people that have actually watched the live stream that have hit me up and said, "Hey, I wasn't available when you guys actually did it, but I've been able to see the video and it was really cool. Glad you guys did it." So, and I know the West End's going to be doing more of those shows. I think anyone that can do anything to try and entertain people is what we're trying to do. So hopefully, if you're watching, listening to this, you are entertained.
yeah.
'Cause
Mm,
I mean, at the end of the day, as long as I'm entertained, like it's kind of what I
we're
say
really
about
doing
everything I do.
kind of, yeah. You're very selfish and only care about yourself.
It's true. This is a
Oh,
true
I don't
statement.
know if I totally brought it home, but yeah, Paris just did a live stream and it was just Jewish. Yeah, I would start talking about Zach and Mima, but it was just Brian, the guitar player, and Eric, the bass player. But the bass player did not play. It was just Brian playing guitar along to a recording and them being silly as fuck the whole time. And I think they wrote out like their Venmo or like PayPal and like the link to their merch store, and it was like backwards in the background. Like you couldn't make it up. It was just like very fucking put together. But I know they're doing a merch sale. Everyone go check that out. They have really good merch from the tour that I was going to be on, that they were going to go on, that did not happen. It's supposed to
So some
start.
would say it was cursed from the beginning. It was cursed from the
Yeah,
moment Dante got involved.
I don't think that's true at all. If anything, I think I make everyone's life easier that I tour with.
But speaking of cursed, are you concerned that they're now saying New Orleans could be one of the hardest cities hit because of Mardi Gras?
Oh, I mean, dude, not surprised at all. Not only that, but Louisiana's a poor fucking state. It's people are gonna, I don't know, people are gonna fucking lose their minds. Like, I'm not surprised. One in in one of our practice sessions of this podcasting thing, I mentioned that there's a fucking building on Canal Street that is half collapsed. It's a Hard Rock Hotel.
Oh, that's
That,
on Canal Street?
yeah, it's
Oh,
on
I didn't
Canal
know that.
Street on
That's fucking crazy.
Main Street, like bordering the CBD, the Central Business District, to the French Quarter. So on Canal Street, there's a half fucking not knocked over, half crumbling building that has 3 dead bodies in it, and one of the dead bodies you can see dangling from outside. So yeah, I'm not
And they
surprised
just
that the
can't. They
city.
just can't. It's just too unstable for them to go in there and get those.
Well, somehow they put a tarp over the one of the bodies, and then the tarp blew off. And then somehow the mayor was saying that it's not safe for first responders to go up there and put a tarp over it or to retrieve the fucking bodies inside. Who fucking knows? But
Yeah, I
no,
mean,
I'm
if
not.
it's not safe and they're already dead, what are you gonna do? Like, don't want to speak ill of the dead or say anything disrespectful, but
No, dude, no,
you don't
no.
want to add to those numbers.
We had Mardi Gras. They could do fucking something. If they could put a tarp over a dead body, they could get the dead body out of there. And the whole thing's a fucking it's a big black eye on our city. And we had Mardi Gras with that thing happening, and also we had like 2 people get run over by floats and died, and like because of like two people got ran over, 2 separate parades. One was Nick's, which is parade on the Wednesday before Mardi Gras Day, and then we had someone get ran over in Endymion, which is the Saturday before. It doesn't matter; these are unimportant details. But yeah, on two separate occasions, somebody fucking got ran over by a float and died. So it was a really weird year for Mardi Gras.
It's been a weird 2020. It's been a weird year to begin with.
But I think New Orleans is a lovely place. I love it. It's my favorite place in the world. But there's just certain bullshit you just get used to here. I mean, fuck, dude, look how much of a disaster Katrina was. And now this is going to be a second disaster for the world. But, you know, targeted, like, of course, New Orleans is a huge target for that. We just had Mardi Gras. A bunch of people were fucking passing it around. I know a lot of people that were, like, very, very sick after Mardi Gras. And they probably had it. It's probably been here for a while.
Oh, yeah. So. And, dude, even the weekend before, the day everyone realized, the day shit got real, we'll just refer to as that, the day shit got real. The weekend before that, I'm working in downtown Orlando, and like these young kids now, because we're older, they're all into these things called puff bars, which are like disposable jewels, essentially. Disposable salt nicotine vapes. It's like the coolest thing. Yeah, they're called puff bars. Like
have you smoked them?
Oh yeah, of course I have. But I'm not douchey about it. I'm not douchey about it like these goddamn fucking college kids. But like, dude, they buy one for like a group of 4 people, and I'm like, don't you know there's like a virus going around right now? And they were like, no. Like these fucking college kids, like if it's not on Instagram, if it's not on Snapchat, they don't fucking know. And like literally, like the day before a couple days before shit got real, had no idea that this is even a thing in the news. Like this dude tried to like shake my hand, and I'm like, no, I'm not shaking your fucking hand. You didn't understand why not. He thought I was just being a dick, and I'm like, no, I don't know you. Like I just work at this smoke shop. Like we don't need to shake fucking hands.
That's a weird thing about this whole thing, man. Is that like I don't know about you, but like I've caught myself in many situations where it's very difficult to maintain like a distance or like not do social norms like shaking hands, like on many occasions.
It's all the shit you're used to. Like it's tough. Like you have to think about, you have to physically, mentally, whatever, think about it. Like even today when I saw my friend Adam went to leave and we both like put a hand out, it was like, no, can't do that.
Yeah, and I've seen not only that, but I've seen like people wearing gloves or wearing masks. I saw a guy wearing masks. He was working for a store I was in. He's wearing gloves. I mean, he's wearing gloves. He's working in the store, and he like scratches his lip while wearing gloves. As it like not only that, and I saw a guy with a mask on in this store, and his nose was exposed, just covering his mouth. Like, oh yeah, because you know viruses can't go through your nose.
Well, there's so much stupid information going around right now. And like people just like not thinking about anything logically, and so I think we're gonna have that. Like those cloth masks, like they really don't do anything. It's like those aren't the masks they're talking about that we need.
No,
they're whatever sciencey thing that I don't know, but
the 95s or whatever.
Yeah, sciencey thing that I don't know.
On a lighter note, we could talk about that like all day, but there's no point because it's all everyone's talking about. I'd like to.
Yeah, we can't even say the name of it. We have to call it the Addison virus.
Yeah, and Addison.
If this goes on YouTube,
and you say the C word, not cunt.
But we can say that. We can say cunt all day long.
But no, the virus apparently it gets flagged. And the reason we call it Addison virus, there's nothing wrong with Addison the person, but he's a coworker of ours that
It was the first idea we had when we came up with, well, we can't say can't say the actual name of the virus, so we're just gonna say Addison.
Yeah.
So on a lighter note, continue.
I don't know if you saw this, but there was a Business Insider article, and I have it pulled up. Let me just read this to you real quick.
Okay.
Maybe you heard about it. This is the title of the article: How an LA band completed a tour around North America in a Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van. This is a real article by Business Insider. I don't know if it's a deep troll
with the two people.
Yeah, the name of the band is called Electric Guest. Yeah, the name of the band is called Electric Guest. and I don't, man, like, what type of fucking nerd puts out this article as if like this is a big feat? Like, can you imagine like going around the?
Someone has no idea about all the bands that tour in vehicles that barely work. Sorry,
I'm sorry. Do you want to say that without belching into the microphone of our listeners' ears?
I said, bands, people that don't know that bands tour in vehicles that barely work and barely get them from city to city. Like a Mercedes Sprinter van. Like, holy shit. I can't believe they did it.
I mean, I don't want to assume things like these kids are spoiled like fucking trust fund kids, but like the person writing this is just so fucking dumb or has no clue. Like, they were like, yeah, the band. This is some of the highlights. It says, luckily, the band gets to sleep in hotel rooms. Gets to sleep in hotel rooms at night. Like, oh shit, man! They're luckily.
Thank God. What kind? Does it say what kind of band is it?
I believe they're just like a fucking pop band. I'm looking at it right now.
All right, because they're either got to be like the white boy reggae bands or like the super pop punk bands. Because those are all the trust fund kid bands.
I mean, I think anyone fucking, first off, like, to rent these Sprinters is not cheap. I mean, I couldn't tell you how much it is, but it's probably $200 a day plus gas. Just a couple other.
And you're driving it yourself.
Yeah. The inside of the Sprinter has the bare essentials needed for comfort: blankets, pillows, and snacks that help them stay at ease throughout hundreds of miles of driving. The Sprinter also has a television and the band's stash of snacks and water.
I can't believe that's real. I thought that was like a Hard Times article when I saw it.
Yeah. They go on about like how life on the road isn't glamorous. In fact, it can be quite the opposite. About how like sitting in a van for 23 hours and traveling and then only doing a show for 1 hour is just so fucking mind-blowing. They have to be resourceful. This one's really funny. And you know who else does this? Every band, even bands that are on fucking buses, they do this because why wouldn't they fucking do this? The group has to be resourceful while on the road. In order to save money, the band takes the backstage water bottles into the van, onto the van and into the hotel so they don't have to pay for water. This is a real article that someone wrote. Like,
where was this printed? Like, where was this printed?
Business Insider. Go to Business Insider now.
Okay, so they got someone from Business Insider that has no idea what the music industry is like. It was like, go find two dudes that are somehow succeeding under the hardest conditions you can imagine. And this Business Insider guy was like, all right, this works. We'll go with this. Because that's the only way it makes fucking sense.
Lastly, they go on about how the person selling merch for them, and it was their first time on tour, the merch person, it was the first time they had on tour, by accident put gasoline into the diesel Sprinter, and how that they were like scared that it was going to blow up, so they just rented a new Sprinter. You ever do that on tour when you put the wrong gas in your vehicle and you just get a new one?
No. Typically, the driver knows what the fuck they're doing, and
Also, I've been in many Sprinters like that, and it clearly says all over diesel, only diesel. Do not put gas, diesel. Like,
yeah, especially if it's a fucking rental.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll end that story on these people are fucking idiots and fuck them.
Or they're geniuses and they fucking pranked us all, and we're all just sitting here being like, "What the fuck, dude?"
That's the only thing that makes sense. It's the only thing that makes sense. They're geniuses and they pranked us all.
Yeah.
Because other than that, it's just fucking stupid. Other than somebody will read that. Somebody that actually reads Business Insider. Is that even a magazine? Do we have magazines anymore? Like, somebody that just reads that and they're just like, oh, these poor fucking guys. These poor fucking guys. Thankfully, they get hotel rooms every night. Like, what it's like. You've been there where you sleep on, like, a hardwood floor with, like, your arms as a pillow. And you're just like, I just got to make it through the night. And then we're off to the next place.
That was one of the things I wanted to bring up. And I think that'll probably be the last thing because we're running out of time. I want to hear and I'll try to do the same. But I want to hear your worst place you ever stayed on tour, and also your best place you've ever stayed on tour.
Okay, worst place. I'm not gonna say the names of these dudes or anything
No,
like
of
that,
course.
but it was in Florida. It was like
Mhm.
a weekend thing that my band was doing. We were playing, so we played the show, and two of the dudes and one of the local bands like gave us a place to stay, and it was just like there was no AC. It was hot as shit, and like the best part is like they told like we didn't get food because they're like, oh dude, don't worry, we got plenty of food. So already there's bugs everywhere in this apartment. And it's
Mhm.
like we open the fridge and there's like cockroaches crawling in the fridge and they're like, yeah, help yourself to whatever, like completely unaffected by the fact there's like fucking cockroaches in there.
Mhm.
So that would definitely be the worst. The best I would say is a tie between two things. There's this dude Brandon in Corpus Christi. That's a really really awesome guy, and he has this shower that it has like like
Oh my
three different
God.
things. So you have the face one, you have the mid body one, and then like the lower body one where the water's coming out of you. So that, and then the time that we took the ferry from France up to Ireland, and we all got our own rooms. And that was
I slept terribly that night. So fucking
well,
bad.
it wasn't even about the sleep. It was about just like we had been on the road for a while, and then we were on this like badass boat. Every crew guy had their at least one bottle of Jameson, and
Oh my
like we
God,
had
dude.
beers. And yeah, it's just kind of like this day off on this boat where it's like if you wanted to, you had your own spot, and kind of a double-edged sword here. Like the whole lack of cell phone thing kind of sucked, and also was kind of a good thing because it just kind of got yourself away from everything, and you just kind of relax and take the day. And then me and you were like, we drank a shitload of Jameson. And I had so much fun. I actually
I
had a
don't
good
know
time with you.
when we started. Yeah, believe it or not. I don't. Yeah, we started fucking early that day. We were like,
We started before we got to the boat. We're like, fuck it, it's an off day. Like,
dude,
let's
it was
start.
it was gnarly. I like drank half a bottle of Jameson, ate a slab of ribs from the fucking cafeteria thing, and then I was like, oh, I'll just pass the fuck out, and then couldn't sleep. So then like slowly became sober and miserable, and I don't know. I had a bad time, but I mean, it was a cool boat. It was definitely the top boat I've ever drank a half a bottle of
Yeah,
Jameson on.
yeah. That's I drank the whole bottle, and
Yeah.
I was up the next day and kept drinking because we had another off day that day too. So,
Gnarly.
all right, same question to you. What is your worst and what is your
Uh,
best?
you know, fuck, man. I'm not, like I should have really written this down or like thought about it more instead of. Well, I mean, you didn't have any time to think about it. I just kind of threw it at you.
I
Um.
mean, I could probably think of other examples, but those are the first two that come to mind.
Uh. Okay, I got a pretty good worst one. I just want to say first off that like I think it's crazy. Like, and I, you know, am not the cleanest person. Tidiest or whatever. But like, I think it's insane some people. And also I want to say like I'm not hating on anyone who's ever taken me or a band in. Like thank you for doing that. That's fucking awesome. But it's fucking rough out there sometimes. And like you fucking driving all night and all day and then you play the show and you're fucking hungry and tired and fucking disgustingly dirty and you just want to shower and sleep. And some people I think it's insane how some people just aren't aware of like, oh, my house is gross. And I'm not talking about like, you know, dust or anything. I'm talking about like dog shit smeared into the floor and
Yeah,
fucking, like just black mold. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like fucking disgusting, like hoarder house shit. Anyway,
yeah,
um I won't mention names either, but I won't even name the band I was with, but fucking I had a place to stay in this town. I won't even name the town. And we've stayed there before. It was like a big house. Everyone was gonna get a bed, and everyone was gonna fucking shower. It was gonna be great. The only thing, it was about like it was a long drive to get to this city, and it was gonna be a long drive the next day. Um, and the place where we were gonna stay was in the suburbs. It was like 30 minutes outside of like the town. So I was like, let's do it. It'll be great. Talk to the people that live there. We stayed there before. They're like, absolutely, come on over. We get fucking bamboozled by these two girls that really wanted us to stay with them so much that they just lied about every fucking detail of their house. They said, "Oh no, we live right by here. We have beds for everyone. We have food for everyone." You know, fucking down to like, you know, like just lied about everything, you know, like, and of course our place is disgusting and there's no space for anyone. There was like one twin mattress, you know, like they just lied
Jesus.
about everything. Just gross and fucking, I don't know. They're just, "Oh yeah, tomorrow we'll cook you like a breakfast." And I'm like, I don't want to eat here. I don't want to fucking be here. I slept in the van. I was so fucking mad. And they bamboozled us, and like, you know, I was tour managing, so I was like, "We're going to this place in the suburbs. This was happening." And then they asked me like, please stay with us. And I'm like, "We already have a spot. They already think we're coming. Like, we got to go with them, you know."
Yeah,
And then
as it
they
should.
went they went to each member of the band and gave them the same speech. And then each member of the band comes to me like, "Dude, I don't know, man. This sounds like a better option." And I'm like, finally, I'm like, "Okay, fuck it. I guess if everyone really wants to stay at this fucking place so bad, let's go for it. Like, whatever." And then the next morning, we were all just like, "What the fuck happened? Like, who wanted to stay here so bad?" And everyone was like, "I don't know. They said that it was really nice." And I'm like, "Yeah, fuck. Let's never do that again. Like, let's just stick to a fucking plan." And I'm still
But
friends with those people, and they're not bad people. I don't know what that was about, but it was weird. Um,
no, I think some people, like, when you get used to your own filth, it doesn't seem so bad.
yeah, I don't
Like,
know.
I
Also,
think my place is all
get
right,
used,
but I'm sure if my mother came here, she'd be fucking yelling at me.
you get used to your own smells too. It's fucking gross.
Yeah.
I mean, then other
But
than that, it's just like shit on the floors, like I said. Like,
but what's the best?
um, I would say there's been a few, man. I don't know. Well, we've had like a number of friends around the country, and mostly with pairs. I was doing a lot of the sleeping on floors or at people's houses. We've had a number of people around the country and Canada that like really have taken us in and like really, you know, have made an effort to like give us a break from the fucking bullshit. But the best off day slash like place I stayed probably was like this buddy of mine, Andrew. It was a tour I was on. It was Leftover Crack, Pairs, Days and Days. And my buddy Andrew had the van that Days and Days was in. He was driving them around. Andrew's family owned or owns a ranch like outside of Houston. We drove like a pretty decent. We were playing in Austin. It was an early show at Mohawk, and we drove. I was like, "Yeah, we're gonna go to this fucking ranch and like get drunk and like grill steaks and shit." And we're like, "Yeah, okay, we could see what this is about." We drive all the way out there. Sure enough, it was a fucking ranch, and everyone got a bed, and everyone fucking ate and got fucking drunk as fuck. The next day, we took a bunch of they call them 4x4s. It's kind of like heavy duty golf carts, kind of,
Yeah,
you
yeah, I know
know.
what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah.
We fucking take these things out, riding shit, you know, like through. There was like this river we had to cross, and it was fucking gnarly, and you know, riding around, and it's just peaceful. We like rode the 4x4s to like the corner store and like got more beer and like got a good buzz. And then like, I don't know, like 4 p.m. we are like, let's head on back to town, back to Austin, pick up. I think some of the guys stayed in town. It was just like so peaceful. Ate good, slept good. Fucking that's amazing. It was just amazing to
That's pretty
fucking
rad.
to do. Yeah. And there's been
But
others. I mean, I have a lot of good friends that like any band I'm with, if I'm coming through town, like my buddy James, you met him a bunch, you know, like he's fucking bought me and Pairs and a bunch of other bands like tons of hotels just because he's a fucking rad dude and like supports, you know, it's just fucking
yeah,
awesome.
it's good. Like, I mean, honestly, like, the bands at that level need people like that.
Dude, I mean, it's
Like,
just
that's an important thing about like the whole scene is like without people that can help out these bands that are on their way up, they don't get to that level, you know?
it's
Like,
you just need a break sometimes and fucking just something that makes you feel like you're not going insane and this is worth it,
yeah,
you know. uh,
everybody needs a support system. Even like right now, like with what we're doing, like,
Dude, I
like
would I would do a tour. I'm so fucking stir crazy. I would do like the gnarliest fucking van sleeping on floors tour right now. in a heartbeat.
Yeah, just to get out of the fucking house.
Oh my
Jesus
God.
Christ, man.
Let's
But we should start wrapping this up.
Dude, I think this is great. I am looking forward to making more of these. Fucking thank you everyone who's listened.
Yeah, make sure like us on Instagram at Buscall Podcast. If you want to get a hold of us, have any questions, want to give us things to talk about, you can email us at buscallpod@gmail.com. And yeah, definitely let us know if you like this. We'll do more of it. If you have any ideas, things you want us to talk about, whatever, just contact us because we want to do this. We want to entertain ourselves first and foremost, and we want to like try to entertain people while you're all stuck at home. This sucks, but hey, you know, kind of like what we just kind of finished on with, you know, punk rock doesn't get anywhere without a support system. We're kind of the same way, so you know, let's all be a support system for each other. Try to entertain each other. If you want to give us money so we can get better equipment, you can Venmo us at Buscall Podcast on Venmo.
You already made a Venmo?
I just took my own personal one and I just changed the name. So all the money goes to me, motherfucker.
Okay, don't give to that. There's people that need real things.
Yeah, there's people that need real money. But if you got a little extra money, you want us to get some nicer equipment, definitely, you know, send us a buck or two. If this sounds
like shit, it's your problem and you need to figure it out for us.
Exactly. We're doing the best we can with what we are given. Or what we already have, because I don't really want to spend any money right now because I might be out of work for the rest of the year. Who knows?
Oh yeah, fucking hope.
So let's end things on let's end things on a positive note. We'll be back next week, and yeah, get a hold of us during the week if you have anything you want us to talk about on this podcast because we're gonna run out of things. So
very soon we're gonna run out of things. Thank you guys. Yeah, all right, Matt. Thank you guys. This is the closing line. Thanks for making it to Buscall.
Fuck yeah.